it's all out there now on a whole. I think all aspects of it, and MMA itself now, I think it's massive now. It's proper mainstream now, isn't it? Especially now in the UK. When I started, all my mates was like, "Oh, what's that?" But now they can't wait to watch the next UFC event or watch me fight or watch one of my team members fight.
Yeah, and I think it's actually, in my opinion, I think MMA is even getting bigger than boxing. Of course, the boxing
Yeah.
guys are making 100 million a fight,
Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
And it's more money in boxing, but I think people, especially local around me, they prefer the UFC. They just love watching it. It's
mhm.
just pure violence, and it's what brings the fans. This fans love it. People love it. That's what I think, anyway.
Now, obviously, probably football would be a lot more popular in your region, correct?
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's
Of course,
that's
no matter
worldwide.
what, right?
That's worldwide. Yeah.
Of course, of course.
But rugby is the one for Wales. They love their rugby in Wales.
Oh, of course. It's
Yeah.
interesting though because in Canada, I don't think rugby is really that huge of a sport. Like, I don't even think we have a rugby team in where I'm from in Chatham. So,
No, no, that's mad, isn't it?
um, but yeah. So I mean, going back, so you got your fight on Friday with Brian Crichton. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So how's the weight cut been? Have you had to cut much weight at all?
Yeah, I cut the same every time. I got it down to a T now. So basically, just this week's a little bit shit for me. But apart from that, I taper down nice. I always, it's professional. It's just the whole thing. It's not just a rule set. It's a lifestyle. So I
Mm-hmm.
I train hard all the time. My diet's on point all the time. Yeah, and it's just shit couple of days now the way in, but I know I'll make it every time.
Mm-hmm. So you've never had any issues. You never had to worry about missing weight or,
Don't get me wrong, the last couple of pounds are always hard, but
of
no, I've
course.
I've never I've never missed, and touch what I won't on Thursday.
And it's interesting. Before I get any further with your fight with Brian, I think this has been kind of an issue with other promotions, primarily in UFC, it being so mainstream. There's a lot of these fighters that are missing so much weight. Do you think there's a
Yeah,
point where they have to change the rules to enforce fighters to be able to make that weight?
yeah, yeah and no. They they when they take that fight, they know what category they're in, whether it be bantamweight, featherweight.
Mm-hmm.
So you signed up for that fight, you've got to make weight. That's your job to make weight. Um, I just think these fighters just lazy, to be honest with you. The ones that are
Mm-hmm.
missing weight, and I seen one on the UFC not so long ago. It was something like £8 or something. Like
11 pounds.
£11 when I knew he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
big.
yeah, yeah.
That's shocking. Like he should be banned for that. That's shocking. But they are taking. I think they've upped the percentage of what they take now. I think
Oh, is
when
that
they
right?
miss weight, yeah, I think they've upped the percentage now of what. If you miss weight, it's like I don't know, 30% of your purse goes. I don't know. I don't sure if it goes to your opponent now. I'm not sure, but yeah, they should. But that fight that was £11, that was called off, wasn't it? Obviously, that fight didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think it should. I think that's dangerous
No,
because you got a
yeah,
guy that's
it's
cutting
a lot of weight
his,
in it.
yeah, and you got a guy that's cutting weight. And I think it was that bantamweight as well in your weight class. Yeah, I might be wrong.
Yeah,
It might have been featherweight. But oh yeah, yeah, it was featherweight. And the guy came in at like 158 and the guy came in at 145.
that's
Like,
right.
come on.
It's wrong, and yeah, it's shocking.
And I guess like it gets to a point where if you can't make the weight or you have these health issues, you need to take care of those things. But if you're just not trying, you're just not trying. And
Yeah, it's if it's like me if I got to a stage that I couldn't make bantam no more, I would move up. I wouldn't
mhm.
just keep going to bantam and missing every time. You just got to understand your body won't take you there. It's obvious, and it's common sense. You just go up weight, but some of these guys just keep trying to make it, and they miss in regular.
Mhm.
Well, I just think it's common sense to go up weight, innit?
Of course. And so with your fight with Brian Creighton, so give me your prediction if you can. What happens?
I think there's going to be fireworks because he comes to fight every time. I'm excited for the fight, to be honest. I'm in this excited for a fight for a long time. He's game. He comes to fight. He's experienced. But watching him, I think I can get a finish where it be on the feet or on the floor. I watched little tapes of him. I don't read too much into them, to be honest. I don't study them for ages. I watch what I need to see, what I need to see. But yeah, I think I'm a better all round fighter. But no, he's experienced and he's decent. He's no bum. But I just think I'm better in every area.
Well, and Brian talked to me in the interview a couple of days prior. He mentioned that he's really excited as well. He said, "Yeah, like Josh is the kind of guy that wants to come in and fight." So I think he's excited. I think this could be a fight of the night kind of deal.
Yeah, I think the same too.
And I guess he kind of mentioned me. He talked about your ground. We talked about your ground skills, and he says like he feel like that's where. Do you think that's something that is going to be your advantage? You talk about you think you can you can dominate the whole fight or everywhere in the fight, but do you think the ground game can be the changing factor? How do you look at that?
Yeah, I think I'm very confident in my jiu-jitsu. I've watched like a couple of fights I've seen where he's lost by submission, and it's some of the I'm quite snappy on my submissions. So yeah, if it goes to the floor, like I just said, I'm not one for making predictions too much, but if it goes to the floor, I'm very comfortable there. So
is there anything
nothing away from him? He is good and he's very experienced. So I've got to be on my game, but I'm confident I'll get a win.
And I know you hear that. I hear that you're not overlooking him, but is there anything that he presents that is worrisome? Anything that you see that he is going to bring to this fight?
He's very explosive. He packs a punch, as they say. You can see that in his fights. He's very explosive, but to be honest, similar fighters really. He's small and compact, even though we're different shapes. But yeah, we both go in. We both look for the finish. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited about it.
And I guess depending on how the result of this fight, how many times would you like to fight in 2021?
A minimum of 3.
Minimum of 3. Now, how many fights do you have on the Cage Warriors contract left? I
have 4 left.
4 left.
Yeah.
Now, depending on how your fight contract goes, is that a organization you would like to continue to fight under, or are you interested in other promotions after?
As they say, money talks, doesn't it? But
of course,
you can't deny that Cage Warriors is the platform to be if you want to get onto the UFC into the 100%. Big leagues. But it's by no mistake Bellator paying really good money. Well, I know for a fact they're paying really good money. That's why some of the guys have transferred to Bellator because of the money. But I'm in a good, at the moment, I'm happy where I am. I'm in a good place. Couple more wins because of my big record. Couple more wins. It's nothing. There's no reason why I can't be in the big leagues. And so I think Cage Warriors is the place to be. But it's proven.
Yeah, and I think and you kind of mentioned here with Cage Warriors being under that UFC Fight Pass, do you find that's a good thing? Does that help you get more exposure as a fighter?
Yeah. Well, 100% is it's like we said, it's worldwide. It gets you out there. It gets, especially with social media today, everything is out there and it's all mainstream today. So I did. I liked it myself when it was on BT and that. It's good to be on the sports channels. But no, it's UFC's it'll get you out there. It's very popular. I think everyone subscribes to it. Everyone I know has pays their subscription every month. They watch the UFC. So yeah, it's massive.
Now, I mean, before I let you go, so let's talk a little bit about Jack Shore for a second, your teammate.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the experience like to be able to train with a guy like him?
Oh, it's brilliant. Every single day. Every day I'm training with him, and also it's just every area he's good. he's destined for the top, and that's 100%. I'm not just saying that because he's my teammate. Obviously, I'm going to be a bit biased, but you'll see in his next performance. It's just there is no holes in his game, no holes at all. You've done it from a young age, and his all around game is phenomenal.
Yeah, and just looking at his stats, I mean, like his last 4 or 5 fights have all been finishes. I mean, and he's just fucking killing guys out there. So I mean, like, how do you, like you say that he's reaching the top? How do you see his success in the UFC? Is he going to be a potential champ one day?
Yeah, and I would say so, 100%. 100%. He's professional in every aspect of the game as well. He grinds daily. You know what I mean? He's in a good position now. He's undefeated. Some people come off the boil. He grinds every day. You can never take nothing away from him. And I think you only just got to see his work that he's destined for the top.
Of course. And I know you both fight at the same weight class. So do you train a lot with him for his fights?
Yeah, every day. I'm one of his main sparring partners.
Mm-hmm. And I know that he has an upcoming fight in April. So
yeah,
have you been part of that? Have you been part of his fight camp? What's going on there?
Yeah, part of his fight camp. Yeah, he's fighting Hunter, isn't he? And
I think so. Yeah,
it's next month. Yeah, he's in good shape. He's fit, and yeah, that'll be fireworks as well. That's a good fight because he's an explosive guy. That Hunter, I had a little watch of him, and that's a really good fight for him, to be fair.
Yeah, and I think with that fight, will you be able to corner him at all? Or do you have you ever been able to?
No, we got our set coaches, and
okay,
and that's what we stick with.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we stick with.
And I mean, I know that the UFC they just announced that they're going to be starting to have crowds in Jacksonville, Florida.
I just said that earlier.
Yeah. And do you think that's something that Cage Warriors is going to experience with?
Hopefully. Well, for this trilogy now, they was meant to have fans, but
oh really?
Yeah. Tickets went on sale, but obviously they went into another national lockdown, which messed it all up. Then so they had to give people refunds and all. I think that's what they're doing. But they was meant to for this time, but that's off. So hopefully now in the summer, hopefully it'll open the doors because I much prefer fighting in front of a crowd. I do.
Well, and then that's it. And I know some fighters talk about how they love it because they can hear their coaches and whatnot. But I think it gets to a point where you need to have the fans back. It's not the same.
No, it's not the same. It's I count the last one. I was just like, all right. It's mad. It was like it was training. It's you're in a fight when you're in there, obviously. But yeah, it was different walking out. So I'm happy this time that I've experienced that. I've experienced that now, and I know what it's going to be like this time.
Mm-hmm. No, Josh, is there anything that you plan to do after the fight? Are you going to be able to celebrate? What are you? What's your plans?
Well, with this lockdown, probably just eat.
I guess that's still a pretty good celebration.
Yeah. So because now obviously all the clubs and all the restaurants are shut, so I'll probably just have a takeaway, expect and just stuff my face, get fat again.
There you go. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Josh. I appreciate you taking this interview with me. Good luck on Friday, and enjoy all that food after.
I will do. Thank you, mate.
Thank you so much.